This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's your one-stop shop for all your comic needs, whether it be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, fill your card up with all their amazing comics. Use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save you 10% at checkout. Not only on their website, but also at their eBay account. And the link to eBay can be found on their homepage at CarterComics.com. Again, CarterComics.com is your one-stop shop for all comic needs.
It's time! It's time! It's JFW time!
All right, guys, it's that time again. Submarine with the greatest faction in podcast history. JFW Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travesty.
And I am the Faction Slayer and 1/3 of the IPW Trios Champions, Nubby, the Amazing Turtle.
Guys, Apex isn't here today. Not quite sure where he's at. I did shoot a text over to Pac-Man real quick. Said, hey, man, you know where Pex is at? He informed me. As soon as he gets to the bush, he'll let me know what's going on. So, hopefully Pex will be back next week. I know if you guys are following him over on Apex Nutrition, he kind of explained everything that's going on with him as far as his business. Transitioning, still thriving, but transitioning into a new adventure. So, make sure you follow Apex Nutrition over there on Facebook so you kind of see what's happening with that and how you can continue to get all the amazing products from Matt Stoffel himself. So, not here this week, but again, like I mentioned, Pax is on it. So, Pax. It's too close. Anyways, Pax, man, you said it. You did. Nubby, you good? How you doing, man?
I'm here. I'm good. Can't complain too much.
Good to hear. I saw your father was with you at CSW this past weekend.
Reverse.
Your son was with you this past weekend.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Obviously, we're gonna cover CSW. We're gonna hit that on the it's like the pre-intermission match. I don't know what you want to call it. That's gonna be the back end of our highlights, right? I want to give you guys a plug though. I saw you guys got merch out.
Yeah. We had some minor difficulties with that. But everything is good. Yeah, go to Brainbuster Tees. I believe you have to search for Sean Danger though, because it's under that name. But it is, pizza and beer merch.
I thought I saw a TeePublic one too.
Yeah, that was
Is that the one that's messed up?
No, it was the one on the Brainbuster Tees. But everything's all figured out. We got t-shirts and we got pictures, which will be sold at IPW this weekend. But yes, we mentioned TeePublic. I did post that while sharing the other stuff. Go to TeePublic, get your Amazing Turtle shirt and the other JFW stuff by searching JFW.
I do like your pizza and beer photo here, man. That's awesome. That's nice. If you see me looking out this way, I added a second screen to my setup, so you're gonna be seeing me doing this a lot going forward. And that's because there is something actually, for the longest time, there are moments where you guys are doing stuff and I look this way because I assume somebody's gonna come through that door. Now going forward, I'm just gonna be looking at the screen here. But yeah. Guys, make sure you check that out. Nubby, you got access to our JFW page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Share the link on there. If you guys find it that way.
We'll do that.
Yeah, go to my shit.
We'll go to your shit.
Or find their shit.
We'll go to your shit to find our shit. And
yeah.
A whole lot of shit.
It's an inception of finding shit. Real quick, guys, this past weekend they had the showing at the Hollywood Cinema for RPW's most recent show. I heard it went successfully. I saw that that Pac-Man got a wedgie. No, good on him. That's hilarious. I saw Gabagool. I don't want to call it a punch because apparently Lady Giggles doesn't know how to strike somebody, and why would she? She's too nice of a person, obviously. You could clearly tell that, but when Gabagool was mocking her at the, the food kitchen,
Yeah.
RPW, she's like, "Oh, I got a knuckle sandwich for you, Gabagool," or whatever the hell she did.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, it's close.
Oh, I'm gonna come to get you. It's like she's like Pac-Man. It's like you try to be a badass, just stop. Just be adorable like you are. That's it. And I mean that for Pac-Man too. Just keep on being cute. Their vlog came out. If you guys are following Lovely Intoxicated Men over on YouTube, their vlog came out. I think it was yesterday, Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Go check it out. Obviously, they highlighted a lot of key spots at RPW in relation to LIM members. And, they talk about how Pac-Man's reinstated. And they go into the whole spiel about the upcoming match they're having, Memorial Day weekend and stuff. So check that out. Subscribe over there. And while we're on YouTube, you might as well subscribe to us too. So, okay. What's on the Power Hour this week? I want to get everyone shit out in the beginning.
We got Maurice going to be on Power Hour, formerly known as Moondog Murray.
There we go. Awesome. And Scourge Society still exist?
Yeah, they just had a show recently. And I guess Kyle's going back to Disney again.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to hit up the new park at Universal.
Gotcha. That wasn't so much a question as a bummed out statement that is true. So, But that's just me. You guys go listen to Tom and Kyle. I don't know. Badmouth each other, but still remain friends. I don't know. Whatever they do.
Yeah.
But they do it in a nice way with categories, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or segments. I'm sorry. It's not categories, it's segments, Yeah. Dumbasses. Anyways. This freaking show, season finale, is coming out this week too. Okay, cool. Everyone got their plugs. Everyone got their shit in now. Phoenix Pro Wrestling was this past Saturday. If you guys have heard us talk about Phoenix Pro Wrestling as of late, it's because of their partnership with IVWF. Nubby wrestled their United States champion. Is that correct? Yes. So Phoenix Pro Wrestling is going to be talked about a little more often than normal if their partnership with IVWF continues on. So Phoenix Pro Wrestling started out with the Champagne Room, hosted by Jack Steele and James Payne, known as the Phoenix Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champs, Pain and Pleasure. Mason Perks was their guest. They presented Miguel Angel Plaza from New Jersey, the Ambassador Award. Perks came out, cocked off. This is information sent to me, not my words. Cocked off about his match with Phoenix Pro Wrestling Dominic Zagris. Perks came out with his own belt from Illinois. I'm assuming it might be the Power Entertainment Championship. Ended up Dominic whooped his ass. Then it was debuted as Lil J Izzy versus the Return of Hell Yen. Izzy won in the best of 3 falls. James Payne issued an open challenge. The debut of Pisces was crushed by Mr. Payne. Then it went to the New Age Wrestling, the North American title match, in which Gemini lost it to Beaumont with the inadvertent help of JT Simmons. Then the NAW Impact title match, champion JT Simmons versus former champion Crawdaddy Rod Hooks. JT retained with a little help from Beaumont. So people helping people, which I guess, in the world, you want that. Maybe not so much for, title opportunities and wrestling shows. Gemini Still Upset came out and tagged with Rod Hooks in an impromptu tag match, Crawdaddy and Gemini versus Simons and Beaumont, with Simons and Beaumont winning. Phoenix Pro Wrestling Cruiserweight title match, Dominic Zagris versus Mason Perks. Perks became the new champion, but later threw the belt in the garbage and retired that title. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like a Perks thing to do. I mean, it sounds like an Illinois thing to do. We are kind of dicks down here. Then it was the Phoenix Pro Wrestling United States champion, DOC, with Misbehavin' taking on New Age Wrestling's heavyweight champion, Crazy Scott, title for title, a no hold bars match, which included chairs, tables, and of course the oh so dangerous cookie sheets.
They are the worst.
They when people are saying like, wow, they're so loud, just assume that the louder it is, the harder it is. It's science. DOC ended up losing the Phoenix Pro Wrestling United States title to Crazy Scott. DO's belt was retired as well, but made into the new PPW national title, which is currently held by the NAW champion Crazy Scott.
Now, that's crazy. Did you see the clip of DOC going through the table?
I did when it was laid off on the edge there. I got some highlights from Freelance Wrestling. That was one of them. I thought dude was going to go to the ropes. I know he thought about it, but even he's like, maybe not. Let's just we'll do the running jump, which is fine. But you know what? It just kind of bums me out, man, because that could have been your title. That could have been you.
It could have been me, and I would have been a double champion.
You would have been a double champion. You would be retiring the U.S. Championship and becoming the PPW National Champion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I wouldn't have gone through that table like that.
No, you would not.
Talk about literally going through the table because the outside parts stay together. Never seen that before.
It was nice. I mean, you know what? That's a pretty well-built frame. I'm just going to say. So, if you guys want to check out the highlights, there's some clips and images and stuff available on the Phoenix Pro Wrestling Facebook page. Check that out. And they do have a show coming this summer. And we'll cover that. I believe it's at the campgrounds this summer. Once a child. We'll talk about that when that comes up.
They started posting on YouTube as well. There's some full matches up there right now.
Good. I know they've been trying to do that consistently. Hopefully they do. And I don't say like that's what everyone needs to be doing. I'm not going to tell anyone how to run their business or what to do with their stuff, but holy shit. No, sorry. There's Sean Danger with a short beard.
Yeah, that was a thing.
That's fantastic. Throwback photo of Sean Danger in April 2017. That's awesome. No, I mean, social media is free publicity for any promotion or wrestler out there. And I know we've talked about it on the show quite often about people utilizing that opportunity. Because, I mean, Elite Pro Days, this shit really wasn't a consistent thing.
Right.
I get that some, because of social media, a lot of people got lazy on their shit. That's why flyering isn't a big thing anymore. It should be. But if you have the entire world at your fingertips, utilize that shit, So but no, I'm glad. I'm glad Phoenix Pro Wrestling, and I'll have to double check. But I think Phoenix Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel might actually be linked to our channel. If it's not, I'll make sure it will be because actually I add a couple other shows onto that as well that I don't think I have yet. But okay, so Phoenix Pro Wrestling's done. Brew City and POWW Entertainment did have matches over this past weekend. I didn't get any results from them. We do got a POWW Entertainment show coming up in the match cards. I'll wait till we get to that point. But Brew City and POWW Entertainment, again, there's no results for those. But obviously, we'll continue to cover Brew City on their next show, and we'll cover POWW later on this evening. Because Apex isn't here, do you want to do AAW?
Sure, I can do that. I can pull that up right now.
Cool. I know I worded it like a question, but we knew what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I listen to what you mean, not what you say.
That's right. That's true. A lot of people need to do that a lot more.
Yeah. I keep on clicking that arrow. Okay, stop clicking that arrow. Okay. All right, so AAW did have a show this past weekend, and results courtesy of Mr. Pexman himself.
Oh yeah, way to go, Paxman.
Yeah, good job. Way to Pac-Man it, Pexman. Yeah. All right, so Jake something defeated Iniestra.
Ryan
Ryan,
heard you.
huh?
The moment you said Pac-Man's name, he fucking shares a link to his vlog in the fucking group chat. Like he knows we're talking about him.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
like I just plugged his fucking vlog and there it is. It's like I don't need that link.
Oh yeah, he put in I guess we can call it the other FreakNet chat.
Yeah. The unprofessional one.
Yeah, the farts and diarrhea one.
There we go. Yeah.
And
Anyway,
slash Kyle.
Slash Kyle. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. Go ahead.
I'll start over. Jake something again defeated Iniestra, Ryan Mathis, KJ Reynolds, Shane Boucher. Good thing I know things because it's not Sean. Shane.
Calm out. Calm out.
Solomon Tupu. I want to say it might have been Ryan Matthews too, but I don't think so. But anyway, so Ren Jones defeated Ace Perry. Robert Anthony defeated Zico. Isaiah Moore defeated Koa Laksamana. Wonder if that was dirty.
What? Yeah, dude, come on now. Fucking Koa's too good to be fucking being out some shenanigans.
Yeah. Hartenbauer and I guess Isaiah Moore did a double match because it was Hartenbauer and Isaiah Moore defeating Sean Logan and Bruce Hamilton. Joe Alonzo defeated Starman, Harley Rock. Trevor Lee defeated Rafael Quintero. Maggie Lee defeated Shaza McKenzie.
Not Shaza?
Yeah. Well, I should say it Shaza since it's his results.
That'd be best.
Yeah.
But that means that's also you have to mispronounce bro. The Briox Bros.
The Briox Bros. Joey Avalon, Sierra, and Aaron Roberts defeated Hellbounds and Heather Reckless. And then Beef defeated Stallion Rogers. And that is AAW.
Awesome. Okay. The only other thing really is CSW for Raw this past weekend.
Yeah, and I got that right in front of me right now.
Which is from Steve's comments, from things you mentioned about quote unquote somebody listening to the show. A lot of shit happened at probably one of the biggest shows so far this year for CSW.
Oh yeah. CSW had Nowhere Generation. This is considered their mid-season finale, even though there's going to be a show in June, but that's more of the Academy Upstart show where the students get to shine. And it'll be
Saturday.
Saturday and outdoors in the afternoon.
God, I hate outdoor shows.
I went last year. It rained.
I remember that. Yeah. Underpass Lounge. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not too far from both venues, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit closer to the Franklin Park one, but still, it was fun. Not so much with the rain, but the matches went on. So, I mean, you got to see Hades X1X in swim trunks, Panda swim trunks.
Perfect.
No shoes, no pads, no nothing. He was ready to swim. All right, so we had a pre-show match. It was a pre-show tag team match, as it was the Hype defeating LCA, which means Lights, Camera, Action, and the Golden Boy, James Creed. He got to make an official debut on the pre-show and lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's good on him for expanding his reach into the Midwest, but and I'm a nicer guy.
I mean, he might blame his tag partner, maybe.
That sounds like him. That sounds more like him.
He'll put blame.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
But you know who was really, really excited to see him?
Was Chet there?
No.
Was that one woman who's always around there?
No.
Amy?
No.
No. Ace?
No.
The one woman with the annoying daughter?
No. It was actually a male. Maybe that'll narrow it.
Apex?
Yes. He was so excited he took his shirt off and started swinging it around.
That makes sense. That sounds like him.
I saw him. He was on the bleachers, going, yeah, let's go, James Creed.
Yeah, and I wish he was here to, confirm that, but we'll just verify for him.
The hard cam caught it. I know it did.
Oh, then we're good. Then that's all that matters. Yeah. So good on Apex for cheering on his childhood hero. Yeah.
All right. Then we have the main show. We did not have a Futures Battle Royal this time. So we're going into the main show, and the first matchup was the Chi-Town Rumble. And the winner gets to have a future title shot of their choosing. Now, I think I'll just go and mention all the participants in order as they showed up.
Sure.
Axel Rico, FXB, Jack Ballard, Joey Pearson, Nick Otis, Jax Johnson, Calvin Kelly, KJ Carter, Haven Harris, the undeniable Nick Diamond, Danny G, Victor Analog, who replaced Eddie Grayson due to knee injury, Doom Montgomery, Chris Miller, the Lizard Man Nathan Nile, Shane Boucher, Shaza McKenzie, Ryan Matthews, Eric Schultz, and Solomon Tupu.
Okay, interesting. That's and I think a lot of people kind of forget now Steve is in charge of CSW. A lot of good names. And obviously, Diamond was on the show, the Power Hour. Oh, stop looking at Pow. The Power Hour last week and everything. So, cool for him. Because was that his debut at CSW too?
Now, he did have
main card debut.
He did a main card match. It was him and the other idiot from ARW, Donovan. They got their asses kicked.
Oh yeah.
They got their asses kicked by Cypher and Stallion.
Yeah, Donovan, the whiner who quit.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
That fucking guy.
That fucking guy. Yeah. Why weren't you in the Rumble?
Ask Steve. He's in charge.
Fucking Steve. I can't ask Steve. It'd be me bad mouthing him in some way.
I mean, we had an injury by Eddie Grayson, and you would think Steve would have, asked me if I wanted to be in it. I mean, I'm there all the time. Victor Analog hasn't really been there as much. But hey, you know what? That's fine. Maybe it's because I wasn't there for him.
Poor Steve. He has chances to be a good person. I don't know what it is.
I mean, 3 out of the 4 members of the last show's Futures Battle Royal were in it. But,
Schultz was in it. And was he a member of the Brass Holes? Was a member of the Brass Holes?
Yeah.
A guy who gave Steve so many problems, and yet he got an opportunity over you.
Yeah.
Nothing against Schultz.
Ryan Matthews as well. Chris Miller, who he's been given a hell of a hell time to. Let's see who else was in this that he hated. Jax Johnson. Well, even though he's a fan favorite now, but still, I mean, we're giving opportunities to people that gave him a hard time, and then there's someone here that's just sitting here, being the good guy.
You should have just got in there and did your shit.
You're right. I should have.
You shouldn't get in there.
I mean, think about it, because Nick Codis, who was eliminated early on in this matchup, was allowed to come back out under a mask. Nathan Nile Lizardman mask. So there were two Lizardmans. So it was a Spider-Man situation, the pointing. But he got eliminated again. So maybe I could have jumped in there and been number 22.
If there's one thing I learned about Steve and his ability to run a show, it's definitely a free-for-all style thing.
It does seem like it.
It's definitely a ask for forgiveness, not permission kind of concept with him. So,
yeah. But in the end, it was Exo Rico getting the win, and he'll get a future title shot of his choosing.
Well, I mean, how long has it been since he had a title opportunity?
I'd say it's been 2 years since he's been the heavyweight champion.
Right. Yeah. So. Was it 2 years since he got injured?
Probably. I think so. Almost.
Oh, God, time
2 years. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Time flew for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely his opportunity to get back in there. And wait, did he? No, I think I'm overthinking it. He didn't win that title from Marche, right?
No, he won it from Joey Avalon, I believe.
Was it Avalon? Okay.
I think so.
Hey, I mean, if he could beat Avalon, nothing against Marche, but I mean, Marche's up there too. I mean, he could take that title from Marche Rocket.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if Marche's still champion, we still got to figure out I still got to hear the results of that match. But
well, you will hear those results in a little bit.
Coming soon.
Because we had a women's match, and it was for the women's title. Lily Pescadita, Blair Onyx, and Amina Belmont.
Come on, Blair.
Unfortunately, Blair did not win, but it was a very familiar finish, because if you remember when me and Sean Danger had that triple threat tag match, our finish was stolen.
Well, you performed the finish, and then the undeniable shoved you out of the ring.
Yep. Same situation, only it was Blair whose finish was hit, and then Amina took her out of the ring and stole her finish. And we still have a women's champion in Amina Belmont. Or still the champion, I should say. We don't.
So Blair Onyx didn't get pinned?
No.
Which means I think she still deserves an opportunity.
I think so too. She was cheated, even though it's legal, but still, it was cheating. Because Amina couldn't do her own move.
Yeah,
she had to steal the move. All right, we had an I Quit match between Warhorse and Jay Marston. This match, all over the place. I even had to step out for a second from my bell duties to go away. And when I came back, they were in the crowd. I'm like, I almost tripped over them. They were one way. I'm like, I'm going this way. Yeah.
I thought when you took the stripes off, you weren't so clumsy.
Oh, I was born clumsy.
I was born clumsy. I got you.
Come on, I've been falling all my life. Just ask Tom. So there was popcorn thrown. That was everywhere. They came by commentary. It was crazy. Pandemonium. Popcorn. Everywhere.
No security?
Oh, there was security just not doing their job that well. Even the cops, playing security as well, and they want nothing to do with it.
Right. Well, they're probably looking at their progression of aggression cards and like, we're still kind of at a beige. It is only popcorn. Once you get the chairs, we'll start to kind of get involved. But
No, chairs got ran over too.
and then yeah, they should have intervened. Yeah, that's on them.
Yep.
Thanks, Chicago. Keep in mind, progression of aggression sounds fantastic. Somebody should use that somewhere.
Well, that should be the show, their name of the show.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. Boom.
Got it.
Oh yeah. I need a note.
Write it down as I go finish this part of the match. So Marston has Warhorse in the Boston Crab, and Warhorse calls out Shaza. Now she comes out and throws. She attempts to throw the chair, or she did throw the chair at Marston, and then she sets it up in the corner. And then when she went to throw Marston into it, he reversed it and threw her into the chair. Then he handcuffed her to the post. Somehow there were handcuffs, and he handcuffed Shaza to it. And let's see here, what happened? Okay, so Marston set up Warhorse in the corner, kind of like a tree of woe, but opposite, kind of.
Really?
Something. Yeah, he was on the other side of the post, maybe. I don't know. Well, he put him in the Boston Crab from the top rope. Kind of a weird thing.
Okay. So he was in a tree of woe on the outside of the rope.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I thought, like, in my mind, I'm thinking, like, so he's facing the turnbuckle in a tree of woe. But okay, I get what you're saying now. Yes. Okay.
So
clever.
Yeah,
a lot of people do like the figure 4 leg lock around
yeah.
the post, but okay, unique. There we go. Good for him.
He's upside down and everything. Referee's asking if he quit, and well, he did quit. So winner is Jay Marston. After the match, Warhorse got the key for the cuffs, but then threw it away, threw it in the crowd, and left Shaza hanging. Somehow they got another key, or they found that key, and she was uncuffed. So she got to go away. I'm thinking at this point she should just stop trying to help him, because he's just treating her like crap now. I mean, rightfully so. She's been failing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like one of the things where, like, I can understand the hardship of it, but it sounds like somebody may need to talk to her about it.
Who could that person be?
I mean, I ain't gonna do it.
I mean, it's not my job.
It could be, though. You be her knight in shining show.
Huh. I have to put that in my back pocket.
That's right. The hero that she didn't ask for, but the one she always needed. Or however that fucking phrase works. I can't remember. Whatever that Batman Dark Knight quote was. Tom, you'll know. You watch DC. Thing that I think Gordon said the Batman.
Okay, so it was in the at the end of Dark Knight. Yeah. Okay, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the hero we didn't want, but the hero we didn't deserve, or some shit like that. It's something like that. I'm gonna know. Yeah. I could Google it, but you know what? Fuck it. I want to see if Tom actually answers the question. So
yeah, see if he listens to the show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna Google it. I need the answer. And if he doesn't fucking answer on his next show, then fuck him. If he doesn't listen, fuck himself.
All right. We had the tag team title match, and it was Boz and Bruss against Cypher and Stallion, the champions.
Boz won, didn't he?
Yeah, due to a miscommunication between Cypher and Stallion.
Really?
Cypher accidentally punched Stallion, and Boz and Bruss took advantage, became the new tag team champions. But that's not all.
You mean there's more?
There's more. Stallion turned on Cypher.
Why? Because he smiled too much?
I think it's because he got punched in the face.
Who gives a shit? Fucking who's bigger? Cypher, right?
Yeah.
Goofy ass. He's insane.
Yeah, at first they hugged, it seemed like they were gonna be fine, but then Cypher turned around, never turn around, because then Stallion gave him a low blow.
Yeah. Hey man, listen, that's I'm gonna blame Cypher because I mean Cena Cody hugged.
Yep, we saw how that went.
Idlet and Koa hugged.
Yep.
No Coast hugged. You were there.
I was there.
You saw what No Coast did. That was on you. And I guess you slayed that fucking group. I guess even for you, factions are just two people.
It could be two people, it could be four people.
Yeah. See? And I think I'm starting to learn now. Like your powers of slaying factions, you can't really direct it. It just naturally happens. It's like urinating in the morning with morning wood. It's like you're gonna aim for the ball. You're probably gonna hit the seat a little bit because you seem like the kind of guy who won't lift the seat first. Because fuck it, why would you? And it's like, I got a little on the, it's gonna go where it wants to go. All men and most women know what that, that's like. So you gotta hone in on the skills, bro. I mean, Nicolas Cage figured out how to control his Ghost Rider abilities. So can you.
I gotta control it, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're able to control it, then the undeniable could be done instead of No Coast, instead of Cypher and his partner, Marche Rocket going out to be a dick somewhere. God, how many tag teams have you? Schultz and Punitive Damages, FAFO, Apex and JPH.
The reprisal at IPW.
So reprisal, dude. It's like you're just fucking just free balling it out there, bro. Just like, boom, there you go. You're done. It's like fucking Ben McCoy and the Rapture. Just knocking little pieces off, bits and pieces, man.
And that probably wouldn't have happened if McCoy didn't call me out.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably just the internal powers took that one personally. So yeah, you gotta hone in. You gotta hone in on your powers. Hitting the wrong fucking people.
Or are they the right people just at the wrong time?
I know. I'm telling you right now, I'm starting to think of what really happened with Dally and Steve on this show. Because I know you're listening. You weren't here yet, but I know you're listening. Pac-Man just gone one day. But where the hell's Apex? Don't know. Haven't got the update from Pac-Man yet. So,
I mean, I brought Pac-Man in. So
and then you took him out. You brought him into this world, and then you can take him out. You get how your powers work. I think your powers are more along the lines of like Venom, or Hulk, or Mr. Hyde. Like it's a part of you, but it's another entity of its own. I'm gonna say that your abilities to slay factions is kind of like Venom. Yeah, like it's in you. It just comes out.
So in a way, I kind of slayed my own faction because I had Omar and Natasha Curran, and now they're both gone.
Yeah, you slayed the Cowbunger crew, bro.
But now I got 2 other members.
You do, yeah, and there's always opportunities for growth. Maybe your internal your internal your FS, or your FS just didn't they weren't the right fit for right now. Because it seems like going on with you and Sean Danger's pretty good right now. So I mean, and Dizzle, it's like they get it. So maybe it's just certain people. Like maybe your FS enjoys, well, drunks, but also assholes. Because, I mean, if Boz, could get a title and the Cypher loses his, I mean, that's on you. We have to accept that. You did that. I mean, don't lie. I mean, it's common knowledge at this point. Faction Slayer. It's on your shirt. It's underneath you.
Yeah,
it is.
It's right there. It's there somewhere.
So I don't know. Yep, right there. Boom. I don't know if Cypher listens to this show, but if you throw that mask back on and wants to start, it is May 19th right now. If you want to go all Kane on somebody, which by the way, happy birthday to Chris Van Vliet. Also, this is the day where Kane went nuts because of his movie. If you want to go all Kane on May 19th on anybody, Nubby's right here. You'll see him at the next CSW show probably. So, yeah, blame him for you being jumped. So that's on him.
I mean, I did slay a faction, pre-faction Slayer when Cypher was in it.
Workhorses.
They're not slayed. Yeah,
in other states they are.
Well, that's because their own fault right there.
Yeah. But see, they're coming back together now because they had enough time away from you. That's what it is. Give people enough time to be away from you, they'll fucking fix their shit. It's all making sense now.
Yeah.
If I could figure out creative animations and graphics and shit, and I can make you like a Venom looking shirt, I 100% would, but I'm not that good. But it'd be really cool. Just the faction taking over you. The FS just oozing over you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what was good? Maggie Lee taking on Samurai Doso, otherwise known as Kalisto.
I bet that was really good.
That match was fantastic. And Maggie Lee won.
Good for her. Is Maggie Lee the ID, the ID, or am I thinking somebody else?
She's not, but she is the TNA sign.
TNA sign. Okay. Who's the CSW girl that's the ID?
Probably Kylie Ray, even though she's not really CSW.
Maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm just thinking of a match she had with somebody from CSW. Dreamwave? I don't know.
She's in Dreamwave.
Okay. Maybe that's what I got confused with, but good. Good on Maggie Lee. That's awesome.
Yeah. We have the Metro Division title as Hans Carden, the champion, took on Tommy Dreamer. Another fun match. Tommy Dreamer still got it for being old and
Does
fat.
he still have the ponytail?
Yeah. And he admits that he's fat and heavy. He admits it. So
one of my favorite promos by Tommy Dreamer. It was recent, not like within like a few months recent, probably within the last few years recent, when Bully Ray and him were back in TNA or Impact before it became TNA again, and Tommy like kind of went like with a work shoot promo, going after Bully Ray, and it's when he was definitely like I know I'm this, I know I'm that, I know I'm that, but I'm not a quitter and shit. It's a very powerful promo for a guy who definitely says like, listen, I'm not the ideal wrestler, I'm not in shape, I have a goofy ponytail, all this shit, and it's like yeah, it's like that's true, but he doesn't give up, he doesn't quit. So no, I'm a huge fan of Tommy Dreamer. I mean especially like when you look at like his run in ECW, like he was the workhorse in there. He's got, I guess I can't say he was the R-Truth, but I mean, he was a workhorse for ECW and eventually won the championship, but of everything he did for that company to eventually get there, I mean, he's a good fucking dude. Oh, yeah. It's a shame that he lost. I'm assuming he lost, but
well, yes and no. Because Hans tried to use the belt, but Dreamer stopped him, of course. Dreamer wanted to use the belt, but he decided against it. Mm-hmm. While that was taking place, Hans happened to have some knucks on him, and he put them on, and then trying to sneak attack on Dreamer, but Dreamer caught it, and then he grabbed the knucks. And while the referee was putting the belt away, Dreamer used the knucks on him, and then went for the cover, and 1, 2, 3. Tommy Dreamer wins the Metro title. When referee Kevin Woods went to raise his hand, he saw the knucks. So he had no choice but to reverse the decision. And still, Hans Garden is your champion. Yes.
I disagree with you. I believe the referee did have a decision, and I think he chose wrong.
Because the referee did not see Tommy Dreamer use the knucks.
That's right.
All he seen was it on his hand. You don't know.
Now, I can respect the referee decision's final. Referee can, reverse decisions and all stuff, but
argument could be that Tommy Dreamer is the uncrowned champion right now.
Yeah, and not only that, if we can even go a step further, and I'm okay with getting flack on the Power Hour for this one. I'm assuming the general manager of CSW was commentating this matchup.
He was.
I'm assuming he could have, let Steve Stand go down to the fucking ring, explain what happened, and encourage the referee to let the decision stand. That's the biggest thing. And I know I'm guilty of it too. You've called me out on it. It's really hard when general managers of a company are front and center for the shenanigans that go down during their matches. I gave Apex a lot of shit for that for IVWF. Clearly, I'm giving Steve shit for it for CSW. I've gotten flack for it at SCW. I've given Flat Top flack for it at SCW. It's one of the things where it didn't have to be earned. But again, I do respect the referee's decision is final. But when it comes to that, it's like, come on, you just took a title from Tommy fucking Dreamer. Like, I don't know who that ref is. I'm guessing he had to have felt like shit, though. I don't know if he's seen the footage, but you a baseball fan, Nubby?
Yeah.
You ever see that game? Even if you're not a baseball fan, I'm sure you've seen a clip of it where that referee missed the first base at that Detroit Tigers perfect game. Even though the runner was out, the referee called him safe, and it was the final out of the 9th inning. And if he got the decision right, that guy would have gotten a perfect game, which is rare. I think there's only like 21 of them in the history of baseball. But because the referee missed it, and they didn't have reviews at that time, he called the batter safe, and the umpire's decision is final. You can't reverse it and shit. And he afterwards, once he saw the review and he did the interview, the ump said, he's like, I messed it up. I took a perfect game away from that kid, and I'm gonna have to live with that for the rest of my life. I don't know if the footage is available yet. I don't know if it's on IWTV. I don't know if it's on somewhere like online. But once that referee sees that Tommy Dreamer did not use those brass knuckles and he just took that title away from Tommy Dreamer, he's going to have to live with that.
Well, the thing is, he did.
No, he didn't. No, I don't believe what you. I don't believe that either.
You don't believe it? Well, when the footage comes on out, you can be the judge.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch IWTV because I have it now, and I'm gonna see Tommy Dreamer use this part of his arm, this hand right here.
Now, see, that could be argumentative.
100%. Oh, there's another thing I'm gonna argue about. Real quick side note: if we get on to Rocket Pro Wrestling for a brief second, I don't think Rion lost the last man standing match.
I think I know where you're going to go with this, and I may have to argue it too. I may have to argue with you. But go ahead, tell your side.
So I was watching the vlog, and obviously a lot of the vlog, they do, again, a lot of recaps and highlights and stuff going on. When the referee was doing the count, when he was at 9, there was still one knee down. Before the 10 was called, that knee was lifted off the ground. From my point of view, from the image of the vlog, it looks like that knee was up before the referee yelled 10. And if that's the case, the referee should have stopped and proceeded with the matchup. I think Rion did not lose that match.
Okay, that part I'm not sure about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
Well, I thought you were gonna maybe argue that Maximus was on the ground as well. But when I watched, he did pop up just before 10. I almost argued it at the premiere. Almost.
Yeah. If you go back and rewatch the vlog, because we all know you did. Go back and rewatch the vlog, and as a referee, because the experience you have, watch the takeout. You have to really watch where Rion's at. Like before 10 is said, I'm pretty sure that knee's off the ground. It's a split second, but I think there was enough time that the referee was able to go, no. I'm just saying.
I think you have to be completely on your feet, though.
Is it? I thought you just maybe. Again, referee decisions are final. I understand. I'm just saying. Perception is everything. That's why when I watched the replay, I know that maybe he had the brass knucks on his hand. I think he just probably hit him with it. He was just going for. He just wanted the extra weight to get the. Yeah, that's that. I'm not saying. It's Tommy fucking dream. He's not using brass knuckles. Absolutely not.
Well, since we're on that stuff, you brought that subject about that Maximus and Rion. I think Maximus wasted our fucking time with the whole match because it didn't matter because he gave it up. He gave up the briefcase anyways. He's a little bitch. He quit like a bitch.
He did quit like a bitch. I understand. Yeah. Things aren't going my way. I'm going home. Okay.
And I yelled out moron in the middle of the theater when that happened.
Good for you. Fuck yeah. God, it was a wild thing. I mean, they, especially like, doing the fan access and you sit there and you listen to Rion and Maximus go back and forth and both making some solid points on their eventual destination to where they ended up. Just to have the match that they had, a little retribution for Maximus, a little redemption for Maximus, saying, okay, where do I go from here? Boom, next season's just around the corner. Motherfucker could have waited 2 more hours for the show to be over, or an hour, whatever it was, for the show to be over, and take the month to figure out, do I really want to do this or not? He just had to survive 1 more hour of that show and sit on all the shit that he spewed out to the Undeniable before he handed over the briefcase and said, I quit. The same briefcase that he put himself into the match to win. The same briefcase that he has used to jeopardize the championships of at least, 3 of his Undeniable friends. And he wants to blame everyone else for his mistakes. And the thing, and I don't know who it is. If it's Nuke or anyone who runs the ARWPRO social medias, showing the briefcase, stay tuned. It's like cool. It's like, what am I saying tuned for? Like, Maximus is gone. I mean, the obvious decision is taking that briefcase, put it in a battle royal, winner wins the briefcase, do another ladder match, whatever it is, give it to Nubby. Give him an opportunity to fucking win a title that the Undeniable stole from him. And this is like, hey, I'm sorry, not even 1, 2 of them being one half tag team champions and your not Intercontinental. Is it Intercontinental? No, it's not Intercontinental. What was it? Chicagoland Championship,
which doesn't exist anymore.
But they took that from you.
Yeah, they did.
Had it. And then they defunct it or whatever it was, retired it. They took 2 titles from you. If Nuke was any type of friend like he should be, like Steve should be, you should get retribution and let's start righting some fucking wrongs against Nubby. And I get it. They'll be like, well, you can't just give him, like, bullshit. You can't. If you could take from somebody just as easy as Damian Saint took from you, it's no problem for Nuke to say, hey man, I'm going to go ahead and give, I don't know why I'm doing the voice. Hey man, I'm going to go ahead and give you the briefcase. You deserve it. So, but he doesn't want to, Also, why do I make Nuke sound like John Laurinaitis? I don't know. Anyways, he should just give you the fucking briefcase. Say, here you go. You deserve this. Use it on a tag title. Use it on Michael. Use it wherever you want. This is now yours. Hopefully, this makes up for the years, not months, but years of being screwed over that RPW just sat and watched. And I literally mean sat and watched as Bill and Shelly, who are out there just like Apex, Steve, Flat Top, me, watch the shit show unfold and let it happen. That's what we should wait and see for.
You are not wrong, sir.
I rarely am. I'm not wrong about the brass knuckle thing. He definitely just used it for more force. He did not use it actually on himself. You're crazy.
Hey, I had it. I saw a different angle. Maybe the cameras saw a different side. So we'll see on IWTV. But we're not done because
there's more.
We have more. We have Lycan taking on Dijak. This match was fun to watch.
How hard hitting was that fucking
dude?
match?
It was hard.
God, that's insane. That's awesome.
But Lycan did get the win.
Nice, clean,
very clean.
Well deserved. Former champion, man. Hey, he's not gonna be a pushover.
Hell no, and not against Dijak. He doesn't care who he wrestles.
You mean what was his fucking retribution name? What the fuck was his dirty retribution name?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. I know it wasn't Mace. That was the other guy.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Yeah, he had a goofy name though.
Yeah.
But good on him. Dijak is a fucking beast. He was a beast in NXT. He was a beast in WWE. He was a beast when he came back to NXT. Obviously,
beast looking in person.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. Good on Conan though.
Yeah.
Good on Conan.
We had the heavyweight title, semi-main. MeTOMicA versus Marche. Towards the end, Bruss and Boz came out, of course. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, not surprised.
To distract MeTOMicA. But Tupu and Lycan came out and chased them out.
Oh, yeah. Well, those are definitely two big dudes you want on your side. So.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both former CSW champions, right? Tupu was a former champion, right?
No.
Was it?
No, he was the holder of the Chasing Destiny spot or whatever, and he got his title shot last month and didn't win.
What? Why did I think Tupu was a champion?
Because at least two members of the Hate Keepers were champions. Warhorse and
for some reason, like I remember Solomon Tupu being a CSW heavyweight champion like years ago, but maybe
No.
Was he was Marche a champion a couple years back?
He might have been.
And maybe he wrestled Solomon Tupu. I thought I remember Solomon Tupu wrestling Marche Rocket and the championship being involved.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I mean, everyone should know by now. My memory is shit, but somehow this is ingrained in my head.
It could have been. Maybe in a game. I don't know.
Ooh, that's possible.
Marche hit a spear on MeTOMicA when she turned around after being distracted. Then sets up for the M80. And as he's about to do it, MeTOMicA slapped him and flipped him the bird, but then Marche hits the M80 and retains the heavyweight title. So that is twice now. Tupu did the same thing. You slap Marche, you flip him off, you talk your shit, but you don't do anything, and then you pay the price.
Yep.
She brought it to him, though. Not many people can get away with, chopping Marche. She chopped the shit out of him a little bit.
If anyone could have taken the title off of him, it was her.
Oh She was close. She just let her guard down a little bit.
Yeah.
Took too much time flipping them off. When she could have just kicked them. I mean, she's known for kicking people in the face. She'll tell you.
Is that her thing?
Yeah, she has said she'll kick people in the face. All right, we have the cage match between Iniestra and Quintero. Now, Quintero, Iniestra came out first, but he stayed outside. He was taunting the fans, and then when Quintero came in, he went around, I think he tried to chase Iniestra a little bit, but it wasn't doing much. So Quintero got in the ring, and then when Iniestra was about to get in, Quintero dove through the ropes right into the door opening and right onto Iniestra before the match starts. And they fought around the ring a little bit, but then they both, got separated by all the referees. They both climbed over into the cage, and then the match officially starts. Now, we said it last week, or I did anyway, that there could be a table involved. And, well, there was a table. A table did get put in the ring. Lily, I did not see her throughout the whole match until all of a sudden I saw a chair being put in the ring, and it ended up being Lily. It looked like she was giving it to Iniestra, which surprised the hell out of me, considering she didn't want to help her man and refused to help him in the past.
Yeah.
And then Iniestra asked for another one. She gave him another one, and both chairs were in the ring. Both chairs were used. Eventually, Iniestra sets up the table, but Lily is yelling at him, telling him to escape the cage. So he listened, and he went to escape, but then Quintero got him and put Iniestra through the table and got the win.
There was that spot suplex from the top of the cage spot. So when you messaged me saying like, "Hey, somebody's listening," they brought a table in, and I saw that highlight, I thought that was the moment. And then when they hit the they hit the ground, or they hit the mat, not a table.
Yeah.
God, there's no way that there's an actual table involved, because nothing's gonna hit as hard as that. I have yet to see the table spot, but that suplex, that was aggressive. And I was like, dude, it's like one of these men walked out of that building last time fucked up.
Well, he didn't even walk out. He was carried out on a stretcher.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm open, like I said, I'm gonna check out WTV and see if it's available, because if it is, I want to see this show. I really wanted to make it out to the show. It's just certain places are just rough to get to, man.
Oh yeah.
But this was definitely a show that I do regret missing, because I want to get to a CSW show. This would have been it. Guessing packed crowd, packed house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Packed crowd, and went a little long. People going over their times. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then they needed time to set up the cage, which, it didn't take that long.
Yeah.
But, the crowd stayed. Nobody left. So, you're putting on a good show when people don't leave.
Yeah, of course. So I was kind of looking up where I was thinking of Tupu and Marche in the past. I can't remember. You came in what, 22?
Think so, yeah.
Okay, so Tupu and Marche faced each other last month. You know that. April 18th, right? Tears and Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they also wrestled each other in December of 2021. Okay. They wrestled each other in September of 2024. They wrestled. What's up?
But no title was on the line.
No, that was a triple threat that included Jay Marsden.
Mm-hmm.
There was the March 21st Figure 4 Leaf Clover. It was a 6-man with Missa Kate, Marsden, and Tupu taking on Marche, Boz, and a mystery opponent. So we talked about that. Back in March of 2022 at St. Patrick's Day Massacre, Dope Kings and Marche Rocket took on Shane Boucher, Salman Tupu, and Marsden. Marsden seems to be involved a lot. It's wild. January 2023, you had Schultz, Tupu, and a mystery opponent taking on Mayberry, Rocket, and Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
May of 2022, at Turned Up, you got Soul Touchers and Dope Kings taking on the Black and the Brave. You got number one contendership match for the CSW Championship in March of 2023. You got Vic Capri, Solomon Tupu, Cody James, and Marche Rocket, and Adam Stallion.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I guess when I was thinking of Tupu and Marche, there's plenty of matches that it could have been, but it definitely wasn't at any point that Solomon Tupu was CSW champion. So he gets opportunities, though. So it's on him for not being champion.
Yep. But yeah, that was CSW Nowhere Generation. June 21st is the next show, and that's Academy Upstart, featuring the students of CSW. I'll be there because why not?
You gonna be in it?
I don't think. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, hell. Okay. I think that's it for results, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get into match cards. Let's start with ARW Pro.
All right. I think we can do that. So I'm gonna go down to ARW Pro. Now let me just go to their Facebook page real quick to make sure nothing else popped up, because that tends to happen a lot.
Cole Classes says they're going to remind people who they are.
We'll go for them.
So nothing exciting.
Oh, well, then that's all I got for that.
Yep. ARW Unstoppable was an incredible show. It's available now on YouTube. So
yeah. So as of right now, there's only 3 matches announced. So ARW is back at the Legion this Friday, May the 23rd. American Legion Post 100, 1899 Central Avenue in Lake Station, Indiana. Doors 6:30 p.m. Bell time 7:30 p.m. General admission are $15. And again, only 3 matches have officially been announced. More will probably be announced throughout the week, or you'll just be surprised when you get there. It happens.
There you go.
One of the matches taking place is Ivan Manson taking on Undeniable Nick Diamond.
Do we see an interaction between AFA and the program?
Yeah, it's a possibility, but my question is, where is Willie now? We have not seen Willie in a while.
I'm sure he's lurking. Gotta be around somewhere. What about Jay Thunder? Where's Jay Thunder been?
He's been around.
I guess by my back question, has the program been around?
They've been around.
Okay.
Not collectively at the same time, but
and that's what I'm kind of asking. Like, I know Thunder's been having matches at ARW. I know Schultz has been having matches at ARW, but as far as the program goes, it's like they're all there, but the program's not there. It's like,
right,
because we haven't really heard ever since that altercation between Diamond and Creed a few months back, talking about Diamond shaking the hand. Was it Glover he was shaking the hands with?
Yeah. Yep.
And increasing, like, he's taking our spot or some goofy shit or whatever he was whining about at that time. You haven't heard anything about any of them. You know, it's like it's a little goofy. You know, so hopefully Diamond can kind of figure that out, because I haven't talked to Ivan Manson in quite some time. I'm assuming where he goes, AFA goes.
Oh yeah.
So
act fucking accordingly.
That's right. Always fucking anal.
Yes.
Always fucking around.
Well, speaking of anal, James Creed.
Yeah, that hemorrhoid. God.
He'll be taking on his best friend, Josh Innes.
That escalated quickly.
It did. I mean, Josh is just minding his own business, doing commentary, doing his job. And, James Creed, you know what it is? It reminds me of the time the Idols at ARWPRO went after Pac-Man.
Yeah.
They doing something to try and stay relevant.
Mhm.
And I think this is James Creed's way of, trying to be relevant again because, well, he's not getting any more title shots. And now that he lost again, he's got to go after the easiest target. And Josh Innes is an easy target.
Yeah, Creed has that mindset of like, no matter what you do, it's a disrespect to him. And I know that this all started with the fact that Innes tried to break up the sharpshooter that Creed had on his opponent last month. And for the sake of devil's, arithmetic, whatever the fuck it is, advocate, not arithmetic. That's a amazing book I wrote when I was younger. But devil's advocate, Innes probably should stay at commentary. I've said it all the time, especially to Steve, stay put, because if you leave that table, you're gonna get fucked up. And look what happened to Innes. I mean, no disrespect to Innes. I know he's had a couple matches, hard-hitting matches. He is trained in the ring. He does defend himself. Granted, his dad just sits and watches shit, or who the fuck is Flat Top his dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sits there and watches shit go down. But Josh is a great guy. He shouldn't have left commentating, regardless of Creed being his friend or not. Creed's had a different attitude for quite some time. Maybe Josh didn't think Creed would do what he did to him, but I assume other people didn't believe Creed would be the way he is right now. So, but at least, Josh is willing to stand up for himself, just like Steve. Like, you put your hands on me, I'll do something about it. I'll handle it myself. So this is going to be an interesting match. I hate to give it to Creed, but obviously he's the more well-trained, more well-traveled, and he's a dirtbag who probably will do anything he can to win.
Yep.
So
he'll cheat.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
I hope Josh small packages him into a fucking victory, because that would make my fucking day.
And then just run away, because Creed will be a bitch and try to attack him after the match.
If I had to predict it, if I had to predict this match right now, Creed's gonna have the upper hand through a majority of it. Josh will get a little bit of fucking offense. Creed's gonna come back, hit him with every fucking move he knows how. The fucking, running forearm, fucking shining wizard. Hit him with the elbow drop. Put him in the sharpshooter. Fuck him up. But yet he's not going to allow him to win just yet. He's gonna go for one more big fucking move. Small package by Innes. 1, 2, 3. Creed fucking loses his shit, and then destroys fucking Josh. Calling it right now. Fucking calling it, because that's the mindset of fucking Creed.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like he gives a shit about winning. Well, at least when it comes to ARW. Not so much SCW. Same attitude, different fucking
goals.
Yeah. At SCW, he needs to retain that title. At ARW, he just wants to fucking destroy anyone who he feels isn't in his league. I think right now, Josh isn't in his league. So he doesn't care about winning or losing. He cares about fucking Josh up. So once he gets that loss, that's going to cause him to snap. So, calling it right now. Sorry, Josh. You'll win. You're going to get fucked up while doing it, though. So.
Yeah. And the only other match announced is the heavyweight title, which Greg Glover, the champion, will be taking on Isaac Slate. Because he cashed in his golden ticket and he did not win, he gets a title shot. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Hey, man, sometimes you just accept it for what it is.
Or he's just another bitch to Dave Allen.
That's true. That's also true. We can go that route.
I mean, he's got Carl. He's got referee Carl, who's his big bitch, And now you got Isaac Slate, who's the little bitch.
Yeah. God, you do not want to work at ARW, do you?
I've worked for Dave Allen before. I was his fucking butler.
Hey, you are.
And he treated me like dog shit.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that, yeah.
If he's not going to hire me in ARW, it's because I'm more of a threat to him than anything.
I believe it. I can believe that, yeah, 100%.
I'm a faction slayer, but I'll also slay his time as owner.
That's right. Well, we as we established earlier, you can't control it. We don't know who the victim of your slaying is.
I don't even know half the time.
You don't even know. You don't even know. Not one clue. It's like Son of Sam. Little dog's telling you what to do. It just happens.
It's kind of funny. That was the first faction I was a part of.
There you go.
It's no longer a faction.
That's where it all started. That faction is Patient Zero.
2 of them are retired. Dave Allen's still around. I slayed it without doing anything.
But that's how it works. You don't got to be there to slay that shit. Just the once it passes through your mind, that's all it fucking needs.
That wasn't even Amazing Turtle then either.
No, it's fucking Nubby power, bro.
That wasn't even Nubby.
That's fucking X Romeo shit, man.
Well, not so much X Romeo. That was actually Michael Nubsworth. Another name I forgot about.
Yeah, we'll forget that one. We'll forget that one. Hell no, brother. God.
Good thing it was one and done. I was no longer a butler after that. I was invited back, but I never went back. But that's ARW. Back to the Legion right now. More matches to be announced. American Legion Post 100, $18.99, Central Avenue, Lake Station, Indiana. Doors open 6:30 p.m. Bell time 7:30 p.m. Intermission $15.
Cool. This Saturday, Destination 6 presents Building a Empire. Now, here's my problem. It's a grammar issue with me. It's building an empire. Building a empire. I'm pretty sure it's building an empire, but whatever. Grammar is important to me in some senses. I don't fucking know. This bothers me. But it is this Saturday. Tickets are on sale right now. VIP are $30 for front row, $25 for general admission, $20 for kids 6 and under. I'm sorry. VIP is $30. Front row is $25. General admission is $20. Kids 6 and under is $10. Doors open at 5:15 for VIP, 5:30 for general. Show starts at 6 p.m. And it is at 136 West Carroll Street in Macomb, Illinois. Tickets will be available online through Cash App or at the Destination 6 Arena. Cards obviously subject to change, and there is no outside food or alcohol allowed. Some of the matches that have been announced, you're going to have a triple threat for the Destination 6 Women's Championship match. You got Paris McQueen taking on the champion, Ashlyn Alexander, taking on somebody you may know, Nubby, as Brittany K.
Ooh.
So we might have Brittany 2 bouts.
Actually, I think she's already Brittany 2 belts.
So Trace belts?
Let's go with that.
3 title? Trace title?
Trace title Brittany.
Trace title Brittany? TTB? 3 title Brittany? But she's in a triple threat match. So there we go. Ominous. So she might be able to walk away with the D6 Women's Championship. Brohemoth will be taking on Mr. Broadway for the Ultra Gen 6 Championship. We're going to see Chucky Bates, Hua Meng, Gavin Parker, Yeti Peterson, and Aiden Way in a number 1 contendership match for the D6 World Heavyweight Championship. That is actually for the main event. Yeah, that is the main event. Speaking of champions, Christian Rose is going to be kicking off the show. Not quite sure what he's doing yet, but he will be there. to address the audience. Now, does that mean he's going to wrestle? We do not know, but he will be kicking off the show with an announcement to Destination 6. We have a singles match between Victor Analog taking on Nasty Nick Nolan. No relation to my cousin. Ty Money will be going one-on-one with Zach Hendricks. And final match that is currently announced is the D6 Midwest Express Championship match with Beck Reeves going one-on-one with Oliver Kane. So currently, those are all the matches that are currently announced for Destination 6. And that's going to be, again, this Saturday in Macomb, Illinois. If you're in that area, go check it out. I believe, yeah, they use a 6-sided ring too, so it's definitely a unique thing. All right, you want to do Frontline Pro?
Sure.
Oh, let's do that.
All right. Frontline Pro is this Saturday, May 24th. And this is their big show of the year. It's Honor Bound. Now, they made an announcement this week, I believe yesterday, or today, one of the two. They had to move the venue. They will be at the Bakerville Bar, which is pretty much their home in Marshfield, Wisconsin. It's 10631 County Road B in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Bell time is 6 p.m. Doors will be about 5:30 p.m. Now, when it comes to the tickets, general admission is $20. I do not know if the same pricing for front row, second row, and third row are the same since they moved. There has no been an announcement on that. Stay with Frontline Pro on Facebook for that information. Otherwise, there is a link to Eventbrite on their Facebook page. All right, Honor Bound is here. Join us for one of our biggest and best shows of the year. Every belt is on the line at Honor Bound, including the very first time the Liberty Division will have a champion. And you know what? Speaking of the Liberty Division, we'll go right there. It will be Rory Shield, Macaulay Rose, and Josie Valentine. They will make their run at being the first ever Liberty Division champion.
That's it's rare to have a first. So, it's gonna be history for one of them, that's for sure.
And it's still a unique name. You hear women's champion, you had the Divas champion way back when, but the Liberty, I think that's genius.
100%. You always think about the Liberty Bell, and obviously with Frontline Pro and what they represent and what they do for communities and everything. Military, veteran owned and operated, and all the work that they do for veterans. I mean, it makes total sense, and it's like TNA with the knockouts. It gives you something unique and different instead of calling it a women's division. So good on Ben McCoy and Frontline Pro for coming up with something like that. I don't understand why this doesn't involve Angel, which is kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, I was gonna say Sierra, but obviously Sierra's gonna be busy that night. So
yeah, she will.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. But in other matches, we have Ritas Atlas taking on Dante Casanova. Josh Price will put his heavyweight title on the line against Jake Parnell, the Warhorse, who earned that right not too long ago in I want to say a fatal 4-way, maybe.
I think so.
Been so long, don't remember.
Jake Parnell, yeah, because it was wasn't it like a series of fatal 4-ways?
Yeah, I think it was a series of fatal 4-ways.
Yeah,
like a tournament deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm partly right.
No, you're right. No, not partly. You were right. You were more right than you even knew.
That's pretty right.
100%, yeah. Like if you're to say like, do I got a quarter in my pocket? And you pulled out 4 quarters.
Oh, still right.
Yeah. It's like yeah, it's $1, but it's like you were right 4 times over. So yeah, you're right. You're good. If anyone wants to take that away from you, they need to fucking do better in their lives. Fuck them, assholes.
Yeah, you don't deserve my quarters.
That's right. Hell no, not one of them.
Not even the dirty one.
Not even that dirty one. Yeah.
From 1932.
Yeah. But you know what? Those are the ones that are like made of like silver and shit, and they're worth the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think some of those quarters are like $28 a piece. It's nutty.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Jared Jacks will defend his Bakerville championship against Shaq Jordan.
That's gonna be good.
It is. Where are we at? Okay, for the tag team championships, Tag Team Move will defend their titles against the Crucible. Ben Evanson will defend his battle championship against Sam Eli and Nell Dillinger. Look at Sam Eli getting those title shots. Good for him.
I like Eli, man. I'm glad he's popping up a lot more places. Dude deserves it. He busts his ass.
He does.
Yeah. Is it weird because I mean obviously we've talked about Frontline Pro quite a bit here on JFW. I've been so involved in the Rapture story, I forgot they had these fucking titles. Like I totally forgot. I mean, I knew about the obviously the heavyweight, the main title. Once you said tag titles, like, do they have fucking tag titles up there? Like, so involved in Ben McCoy and the Rapture and everything, I totally forgot that these fucking titles exist. I feel a little bit bad about that, but that just shows how well that story's going.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Aaron Xavier.
Well, speaking of another title, the Intrepid champion Corey McHenry will defend his championship against Coda Jacobs and the System.
Oh yeah, Corey McHenry is a champion up there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got like talk about Trace belts. Jesus,
that dude's a champion like 4 times over right now. It's insane.
Yeah. All right, now we mentioned it. The Red Rapture. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah.
Well, that was Tom's name back then. I can never say Rapture without Red. He's probably like, damn right.
The C Red Rapture.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
He's Mr. Young now, so he's more Rapture than ever.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm.
It will be Ben McCoy, Sierra, Joey Avalon, and a mystery partner taking on Ken Anderson and the Rapture.
Who's that 4th man?
Don't know. I have a suspicion, even though this person says that he's no longer going to wrestle again. I don't know how much I believe of it.
I mean, no one ever really means it when they say it. The problem is, I think I know who you're talking about, and I would recommend staying behind the fucking table. But who the hell in front line is going to back up these 4 people?
There's only one person that is willing to do it, and that's the person that should stay behind the table.
Yeah, well, that person seems to have a fucking death wish these days when it comes to the people that he's getting into the face and nose of. I don't know. That's gonna be unique. And you know what? And again, good on front line because it's an elimination tag.
Oh wow, I did not see that.
Yeah, good on them. Yeah, good on them. Survivor Series style elimination tag. That's what this business needs more of: is elimination tags.
Hell yeah. There should be an elimination tag division.
That should be right. The elimination tag team champions.
Come on now. Ooh.
All matches are tornado tag eliminations.
Huh.
when we start up our own company, JFW, our tag titles will be defended in tornado style elimination tags.
I like it.
Everything's an elimination. All singles championships are fatal 4-way elimination matches. Everything. We'll call it just freaking elimination. You know, we'll call it just elimination wrestling. Everyone thinks it's Jew anyways. Miles and Jew do it. Just elimination wrestling. There we go. JEW. Hi, Jesus. Shalom, motherfuckers. Let's do this. God.
Well, that is Frontline Pro Honor Bound this Saturday, May 24th at the Bakerville Bar, 10631 County Road B, Marshfield, Wisconsin. Bell time 6 p.m. Doors open 5:30 p.m. Check Frontline Pro's Facebook for ticket information when it comes to the rows of seats. Otherwise, its general admission is $20.
Nice. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got everything here. Okay. This coming Saturday, Squared Circle Megastars returns, and they come back with Unbreakable. Tickets are available if you go over to their Facebook page, go up to their Squared Circle Megastars post, go to Eventbrite, pick up your tickets there. This show is Saturday, May 24th at the Berwyn Eagles Club. Tickets are $20. Doors open at 6, bell times at 7. You can buy them early. They're $15 pre-sale, or pick up a family bundle for just $40. Obviously, cards subject to change, but currently set for this event is you will see a 3-way dance between Nick Diamond, FXB, and Oso Twerko. The SCM Shooting Star Championship will be defended in a fatal 4-way. You're going to see Nate Nile take on Septico against Magico versus Balling. The tag team titles will be on the line as Grim Reality will go up against the Rapture. Is there a second Rapture? This ain't the same Rapture. There's no way. That's no way.
How many Raptures are there?
At least 2. That ain't the same Rapture. But hey, who knows? Who knows who the better Rapture is? I guess this is the Illinois Rapture.
That could be true.
Yeah. Aaron's running the Wisconsin one. This could be the new ARC. Johnny Santos will be going up against Just Amazing with K.O. Kendra and in his corner. Sammy Chaos will be going up against Sofia Castillo. And the big fucking surprise. And the Square Circle Megastar Heavyweight Championship match, David Ali will be going up against, who do you think?
That bitch, James Creed.
That's right. James Creed will get a shot at the SCM Heavyweight Championship. And of course, the final match is the Mega Championship when Mason Perks goes one-on-one with the champion, Rafael Quintero. So, again, obviously, check it out. If you're up by the Berwyn Eagles Club, go check out Square Circle Megastars. Again, you can pre-order your tickets for $15 right now. Get them for $20 at the door. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great show.
You know what? I got my vacation starts on Friday. And I want to try to make the most of my my vacation. And I know I'm already busy on Friday, or else I'd be making ARW, which I clearly forgot until you mentioned it this morning. I was like, oh, I can make ARW on Friday, but I already got plans on Friday. Square Circle Megastars is a show that I wouldn't mind checking out. I mean, Macomb too. D6. I mean, those two would be pretty cool to check out. Obviously, I'll be at IPW on the 25th, and we're going to talk about that here shortly. But man, there's between that and Ultimate Combat on next Friday, and I'm on vacation. I mean, I can make up some shows, and maybe stop lying to myself about going and never showing up, because I've been doing that a lot lately, and just a monster for it. Anyways, Freelance Wrestling, what we got?
Freelance. We have Friday, May 23rd. They present one goal.
What's that goal?
Just one goal.
Oh, that's the name of the show. Oh, well, hells.
Just one goal. That's it.
We got one goal. Did they happen to mention what that goal is?
No.
Sons of bitches.
Maybe that goal is to get people to watch it.
Ooh, that's cool. That's true.
Even though it takes place at the Logan Square Auditorium, this show is sold out completely. No tickets. You can only watch it on IWTV Live. So if you're not subscribed, I suggest you do so.
Oh, 100% I would. I didn't have it for the longest time, and I'm glad I do now.
I still can't get my password changed. But luckily my card expired, so they're not taking any money out.
Take that, IWTV.
Bell time is 8 p.m.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. You're good.
I don't know what time the doors will be open for people sitting at home. Just open up your door anytime and pop on IWTV.
There you go.
But when you do go to IWTV, you are going to see a 20-person battle royal. And here is the participants in this 20-person battle royal. You have August Matthews, Alfonso Gonzalez, RJ Sawa, Laney Luck, Nova Mars, Shaza McKenzie, Darren Corbin, Davey Bang, Matt Nix, Davina Thorne, Trent Wrigley, Reagan Lydell, Candy Elliott, which probably not good for him with Laney Luck in the match. They have issues. He's in love with her. He gonna die. Darius Luttrell, CJ Martin, Kelvin Tankman, Trevor Outlaw, Blair Onyx, your favorite, Sam Holloway, and a mystery. Who could it be?
Who can it be now?
Now, if I were to guess,
Yes.
I'd say be GPA.
Okay.
He has not been around in a while. And he is the husband of Laney Luck.
Good assessment. Narrowing that shit down.
I mean, I know he was taking a hiatus, but he didn't say how long he'd be out.
They should have. Look at C Red.
Yeah. He took a sabbatical and he came back.
That's right. I'm only coming back for one more. Except for the next one.
And then the one after that.
And then the one after that, yeah.
So I don't know if the winner gets anything for winning, but maybe they will get something. Maybe a cake.
I mean, who doesn't like cake?
You gotta be nuts if you don't.
Oh, yeah, it's probably nuts in the cake.
I don't like nuts though. So not my kind of cake.
No, I got you.
Well, speaking of cake, this works. For the tag team titles, we got Home Cooking.
Oh, there we go.
Defending their tag team titles against the New Guys. That should be an interesting matchup. We have a student versus teacher match, as it will be Isaiah Velasquez taking on Steve Boz.
Oh, there we go.
Now, if I am correct, now someone can please correct me if I'm wrong. This is Steve Boz's debut into freelance.
Really? That's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
There's no way he hasn't wrestled in freelance before, right?
It's a possibility. Because I think at the time when CSW was just starting out or, going on, Freelance showed up, later on. So Boz likes to focus on one thing sometimes. So it's a possibility he's never been freelance. But whoever's out there listening, please comment if I'm wrong or right. Well, actually, comment if I'm right. Because I like when I'm right. And then for the world title, we have Devin Monroe, current champion, against Wes Barkley. And that is Freelance. One goal, Friday, May 23rd. Sold out, IWTV only, 8 p.m. bell time.
Nice. Okay. POWW Entertainment has a show this Saturday. This is up in Elburn, Illinois, at the Obscurity Brewing and Craft Mead, located at 113 West North Street in Elburn, Illinois. By the looks of this, it's an outdoor event because the gates open at 3 p.m. Showtime is at 4 p.m. Outdoor show, weather permitting. Look at that. Tickets are available at the event info section of the event listed on Facebook. Which you go over to POWW Entertainment, find the event there on the calendar at drinkobscurity.com. Current matches that are scheduled. One of them will be Acid Jazz taking on Ruthless Ramon Rodriguez. Magnus King will be going one-on-one with AC Hamilton. Hardcore Impact are together. They'll be going up against Jay Scott and Doug Simmons. Mason Perks will be putting the POW championship match, POW championship title on the line against number one contender Haven. Currently, those are the only matches currently announced. But again, you can buy your tickets right now for this show over at Obscurity or drinkobscurity.com. I'll look real quick for you. I'll help you guys out here real quick. Front row seats are $25. Second row seats are $20. General admission are $15. So food and drink specials will be available, and live music will follow the wrestling. So if you're up in Elburn, check them out this Saturday.
Hell yeah.
IPW left. Is that the last one?
I believe so.
Okay. Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Sunday, IPW, May 25th, is at the VFW Hall Post 311 22341 Governor's Highway in Richmond Park, Illinois. Doors open 6 Jesus Christ. 3 p.m. Bell time 4 p.m. General admission tickets are $15. Kids 10 and under, you are just $10. Matches announced already. All right. Where do I want to go? Let's start with this, just because. We have the medallion returning. The tournament is happening again. We are going to have some qualifying matches. However, we do not know what matches are taking place this Sunday. We just know who will be participating so far. And already announced today, Gustavo. Then Jimmy Carrot making his IPW debut. That is awesome.
I'm excited for that one. If I looked at the list of people who are in, I know we're gonna run through them. It's gonna be my pick. This is my pick to win it all. I don't know what the matches are. I don't know how it gets determined. This is my pick.
I'd have to go with that because I don't know who on this list can really beat Jimmy Carrot.
There was
maybe
there was
one.
one. There was one person I saw. Is this a debut?
This is Jimmy Carrot's debut.
Jimmy Carrot's debut? Awesome. Yeah, that's which is wild to think this dude's been around for how long, and this is his first. Whenever somebody says this is Jimmy Carrot's debut, it's like, what took so long to get here?
Probably
dude's blown up.
Busy at that time, probably.
That sounds like a fancy excuse. Yeah, I couldn't make it one. I was just busy. I never told you what it was. I'm busy.
Well, IPW was different when it first started. Things have evolved since.
Okay.
So maybe Jimmy Carrot was doing other things while IPW started.
True. This is my pick, though. Sorry, guys. Jimmy Carrot's going to beat your ass. Even Muggsy James. Sorry, I love you, buddy. Jimmy Carrot will win.
Well, speaking of Muggsy James, he is also in this tournament, or going to be in qualifying to be in the tournament. Johnny Nye, Jason Dre Marquis, who we saw debut at Spring Break of Rocket Pro, just showed up out of nowhere. Michael Camino, Jackson Stampede Larkin, Jay Thunder, who I believe can give Jimmy Carrot a fight.
Thunder would be my second. Thunder was my pick until I saw Carrot. So. Also, did they just book the wrong Larkin?
As a different Larkin.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jackson's all well and good and everything. He just doesn't seem as lovely as the other one.
Oh, he's definitely not lovely.
He doesn't look lovely. He kind of reminds you of is that Bad News Brown?
Yeah.
He kind of reminds you of Bad News Brown.
And then lastly, Christian Torjan. So those are the list of the participants participating this weekend in the medallion qualifying matches. Now, we don't know who's facing who yet. It could be a lethal lottery for all we know.
What was that one event that we hosted?
That was the Ingression tournament.
It was the Ingression tournament, okay. And that was like 20-something matches in one night?
Yeah. And those dirty workhorses,
Those assholes.
Yeah, they were ungrateful. We gave them an opportunity, and they just were mad.
Yeah, assholes. Like, yeah, what did I do to you? I didn't give you a chance.
Yeah, we gave them a chance to do something after they lost their tournament matches. But whatever. Yep. And what do they do? They attack you.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Dicks.
Let's see. All right, you know what? We'll talk about this.
Let's get something to talk about.
We got the Champion Showcase.
Yeah.
Now, at first I was kind of upset because it's 3-on-4, as it would be the trios champions, PB and J, me, Danger, Trax, against the tag team champions, the program, Nick Diamond and Kendall Fire, Second City champion Marcelo Spade, and double champion Corey McHenry, alternative and junior heavyweight champion. Now, I think Corey should be on our team, honestly.
I think he should be. 100%.
Now, and that question, why is it 3-on-4? Where is Miles Mercer? He's also a champion in IPW. He should be part of this. He should be with Team Assholes and give us Corey McHenry.
That's true.
But now I understand why he's not, at least not in the match. Because it was announced today by the tribal liaison. Acknowledge.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Look, even your background doesn't want you to do it.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
He announced today that IPW has said the winner of this match, the team that wins will take on Miles Mercer for the league championship. Now, my question is it the person that gets the victory for the team?
I would think so.
Or does the entire team get a shot?
Ooh, like either a fatal 4-way or a fatal 5-way?
Or a gauntlet?
Ooh.
And then the losers have to defend their respective titles at the next show. Well, both scenarios are happening at the next show.
Is this elimination tag?
No.
Fucking IPW.
Not that I know of, anyway.
IPW, if you're listening, can you please make this elimination? I just like elimination tag. You don't have to do it. IPW, you guys, you've always been good to us. You don't have to do it, but if you did do it, I know you're listening and you appreciate me and I appreciate you. And you don't have to do it, but it'd be awesome if you did. It's like smoking for the first time in school. I mean, you don't gotta do it. It'd be cool if you did, though.
Now, speaking of Miles Mercer, he will be there, and he's going to give the state of IPW, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen? In a special exhibition, we have the American Sweetheart, Cody Breeze, taking on the Celtic Crippler, Angus McDuff.
Yeah. Angus McDuff, you guys know, we talk about he Phoenix Pro Wrestling champion. Also, he has been showing up at IVWF a lot, representing Phoenix Pro Wrestling. Angus McDuff, we talked about on JFW years ago when he was teaming with the Amazon and the Sheik and the what's that group that they fucking had? The Unholy Alliance.
Okay.
Yeah. He has his own. He used to have his own personal JFW shirt. Longtime friend. He was at the first and only primetime wrestling show in Peatone. So
that was a long time before.
Yeah. So I've always been a huge fan of Angus McDuff, and I'm excited to see him on Sunday. I haven't seen him wrestle in, God, probably 7 years. So I'm very excited to. Granted, it sounds like a long time. That was 2018. It wasn't that long ago, but yeah, it seems like that.
Yeah. Well, time flew since 2020. We have another handicap match to talk about. It will be the morning after Max Holiday and Rion Skills. Your best friend Max Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
3-time longest reigning SCW heavyweight champion.
My best friend, 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They'll be taking on the big leagues, Motivation Mike and the Brew Bros.
The Brew Bros, yeah. This is actually a 3-on-3 match. Yeah, because it doesn't seem like you're giving credit to the boot name Sue. So,
you know what? That's IPW's fault. I'm just going by what
that's
IPW
right.
has said.
IPW. It is my best friend, 3-time longest reigning SCW heavyweight champion, Max Holiday, Rion Skills, and the boot name Sue, taking on the Brew Bros and Motivation Mike. Because let's be honest, I've seen Motivation Mike wrestle. He couldn't even compete with the boot when it's not on Max Holiday's foot. So
that is true.
100%. Also, if this is an elimination, it should be. I'm just saying.
Every match,
JEW coming soon, or coming eventually. Maybe could happen. Who knows?
It could.
And
then we have special appearances by Rocket Pro Wrestling champion Steve Michaels, Wrestle League champion Humek, and C3 Ultimate Wrestling champion D'Angelo Steele. Now the question is, will the board be in attendance?
I mean, we saw Mr. Young get involved in Steele's match, but it was only one of them. Haven't heard anything from RVP as far as IPW goes, but You know, obviously she's having issues with Mr. Young, and that's that, and that's kind of like that blurred lines. The IPW does really well with the whole like forbidden door, if that's what you want, if that's what people want to call it, because where I mean, Mr. Young is the board, C Red's ARC. What's at IPW? I mean, we saw what he did to Steel. Obviously, Mr. Young was at the last IPW show. But when it comes down to RVP, Miles Mercer, and C Red, or the board, that's what I'm kind of curious about. I think they'll be there. I'm also kind of curious. It says they're in attendance, but are these three titles going to be on the line again? Are these guys going to put those titles up for grabs like they did last month? That'd be interesting because, I mean, obviously we saw Michaels retain. Humek was a double disqualification, and D'Angelo Steele was count out.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, it'd be interesting to see what IPW brings us when it comes to these championships again.
Should be interesting. And that is the card as of right now for IPW. Sunday, May 25th, JFW Hall Post, 311-22341 Governor's Highway, Richmond Park, Illinois. Doors open at 3 p.m. Bell time is 4 p.m. General admission tickets are $15. Kids 10 and under, you are just $10. See you there, because I will be.
Anything else about this upcoming week of wrestling?
No. It's a crazy, holiday weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of shows happening.
Absolutely. Next week, I believe we have a show next week. I believe we're doing a show next week. We're going to cover the results of Freelance, ARW, Square Circle Megastars, Frontline Pro, D6, POWW Entertainment, and IPW. 2 shows we're going to cover for next week, and that we know of so far is Ultimate Combat Gauntlet and IWA Productions. So if more pop up that we cover, obviously we'll mention those. As right now, just got 2 match cards for next week. Nubby, give me your final freaking thought, man. What's going on through your mind about the wrestling business?
Oh man, honestly, I think this wrestling business is crazy. We see shit that happens behind the scenes with all types of drama.
Yeah,
and I feel like there shouldn't be. What are we doing? We're supposed to be, working together and helping each other to put on a show for the fans.
Yep.
I just feel like there's still more distance between everybody. I mean, whether you are like people running a show or companies, that work against each other, we shouldn't be doing that. We should be working together when it comes to putting on the shows. We don't have to, like each other, but we should respect each other by respecting the business more.
100%, yeah. I agree with you, yeah.
And I think communication is key between the people that work together on their own company. If there's, miscommunications, which can happen, you got to work it out. There should not be like separate things happening, and then all of a sudden you guys clash because you don't agree with this. You all got to come to a common ground and work on your shows, especially when your companies are just starting and you already have issues. There should be none. So do better, people.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. But one of the biggest things that kills business is hearsay. Or secondhand information and shit. If you have a problem with somebody, go to that person and talk to them. Don't talk about them to somebody else. That doesn't resolve anything. But no, that's a good one, Nubby. Yeah, no, I like that. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah, good for you, man.
I think things are just, on my mind lately about, with all the companies,
Mm-hmm.
and there should be none of that. We're here for one goal. I mean, well, maybe people have their separate goals to make money, be stars, and that's fine. But without the fans, you're nothing, and we should be worried about putting on a show for the fans. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing it for ourselves, but without fans, there's nothing. Focus on that.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not the ring guy. I don't get in there. I don't do this stuff. But I've always had the idea of you need to put the business first, and not so much the business you're working at, but the business as a whole, the wrestling business. Because if you don't have a wrestling business, you don't have you. You have nothing. It is one thing to get out there, get your shit in. Talk about here all the time. You're like, yo, gotta get your shit in. But if you don't promote the wrestling business for what it is and you focus on just you, you're not doing anybody any favors. You're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing the company you're working with favor. You're not doing anything for the boys that you're working with. It's okay to look out for yourself, but selfishness is everyone's biggest enemy. You gotta promote yourself, obviously, but promote the wrestling business, promote the companies you're working for. I mean, the biggest thing I see all the time that owners talk about is, I got 20 guys on my card and only 5 of them are sharing the event. I got a handful of trainees and nobody's promoting the show. And it's a simple thing to do. We do it on a weekly basis. For companies that we don't go to. Companies that we have to search for information for, even though we say all the time, if you don't give us anything, what are we doing? We're not going to do it. But we don't honor that. We hunt down information and give what information we have because we still want to contribute to the business. You still physically go out there and contribute to the business. I do it verbally, whether it be, commentating or doing this podcast. It's the little things that we don't have to do, but we care enough about the business to do it. That's why there's a list of 20-something promotions that we talk about, and simple promotion. Simply share a match card, share a poster, make a post. Yep, can't wait to be at blah, blah, blah this Saturday. Hope to see you guys there. Tag the fucking thing, but no, when you get people who are in it for themselves and they think they know more than they do and they throw their 2 cents in where it doesn't belong, then you start making waves. And better than I do. Those locker rooms aren't big enough for that shit.
Locker rooms are fucking nuts.
Yeah. That's a good one, man.
So Travis, what's your freaking thought?
I didn't really have a lot of a thought as far as the one thing I have been thinking about, and I forgot to mention it, but I still can, obviously. Nick Diamond is not wrestling Santino at IPW. That has been stated. That is a fact. I don't care what fucking pizza he brings you. Ain't happening.
Now, I did say, if he brings me a pizza, I'll think about it.
That's right. That's right. You take that pizza and then your thought goes beyond no more.
Right.
I know I'm guilty of it too. A lot of people give Santino a lot of shit. And obviously some of the jokes may be a little bit too far with him and everything. And there's some things I do feel bad about. Does he bring it upon himself? Yes, 100%. A lot of these wrestling fans kind of have to realize, these guys, they have personalities that they don't give a fuck who you are. And being the bad guy, they're going to say whatever they want to say to you. And sometimes it's like, man, it sucks that they said that to him. But again, Santino brought it on himself, and he tells people to stop or, what do you mean? That's not nice. But I was like, dude, then You got to stop. Just enjoy wrestling for what it is. Entertainment that you can go and watch and enjoy. I watched the vlog of Gun the LAM, and there was they're shooting the video of Damian Gray giving Santino that poster to hold up. And I think that was because he lost the arm wrestling bet or something, right?
Yeah.
And clearly Santino didn't want to do it. Like, well, that's kind of shitty because Santino should have honored the bet. But you know, he tore up the poster, but he had his moment. He was able to interact with Damian Gray in the audience. You know, he was able to interact with No Coast, you know, regardless of the outcome at the end. He had the experience from the audience that a lot of people don't get. And he should be able to appreciate that. He needs to not, and it's not just him, everyone else. They need to not go on to fucking social media and challenge professional wrestlers to fucking matches. The only fan who's the exception right now, and I'll give 100% credit and respect to, the only person who has any right now as a wrestling fan to challenge a pro wrestler to a match in the future is Double J. And that's because from what I can tell, he is actually going to wrestling school.
Yep.
So good on him because he's doing it the right way. You know, and I make the joke, yeah, you know, I went to wrestling school, you know, fucking, that was 16 years ago. I'm not out there challenging people because I don't know if I can fucking do it. I know I can't do it right now. If I got healthier, do I even remember the shit I did? Who fucking knows? But nobody, including me, if you haven't gone through training, if you haven't gone through wrestling school, if you haven't gone through knowing what you're fucking doing, not self-taught in the backyard of Joliet's Federation of Wrestling, that does not qualify you to challenge the undeniable Nick Diamond to a match at a promotion that you have no business challenging at and getting upset because the liaison of said promotion says it is not happening. That's not your call. If you want to wrestle the undeniable Nick Diamond, you challenge him to a match at Joliet Federation of Wrestling, and you have the match out there. I'm sure he knows where your fucking backyard is. I'm sure he stuck out the window of the house plenty of fucking times. Just for the love of God, out of respect for yourself, please just stop challenging professional wrestlers to fucking matches, man. And it's just not Santino. That's every fan out there who thinks they can fucking do it. Who thinks that they understand how the business works. And it's like, oh, we're gonna go in there and, you know, like, yeah, he's gonna bump me around a little bit, but I'm gonna get a clothesline and a back elbow and a hip toss in, and I'm out scoop slam him and shit. And he may beat me down again, but then somebody's gonna come out, rescue me, and I'm gonna get the pin 1, 2, 3 and shit. Just like Pac-Man's fucking match. It doesn't work that way because you have to know what you're doing too. And some companies, I mean, WWE, AEW, they can do that shit. Rocket Pro Wrestling, IPW, CSW, POWW Entertainment, SCW, they have liabilities that they have to fucking cover. And you're not the liability that they're willing to take a risk on. I'm sorry, Santino, and again, to anyone else who has the mindset of, I want to be a wrestler. You know, I just want to get in the ring and wrestle Nick Diamond. I want to get in the ring and wrestle Nubby. You know, I want to get in the ring. It's like, no, they're going to fuck you up.
Yep.
They're going to shoot. They're going to throw a forearm at you. You're not going to know how to take it, and you're going to get knocked the fuck out. Because when you go like this, when somebody's about to throw a forearm, you're going to get hit in the face, and you're going to get knocked the fuck out. Somebody's going to chop you, and you're going to go like this, and you're going to hurt yourself more. Because you have to be able to let your guard down, as weird as it says, in order to fucking wrestle. It's just how it is. And people who are untrained don't understand that.
Yep.
So it just, Santino, I don't know if you listen to the show. If you do, awesome. Not fuck yourself. I don't care. You got to stop challenging people to matches because nobody is going to book you in it unless you do what Double J did and go get professionally trained. Because I have no doubt, maybe not next season, but maybe in 2027. We could see Double J in the RPW ring. Legitimately having a fucking match. If he sticks to it. Hope he does. This weekend, Saturday night main event. R-Truth is going to wrestle John Cena. Hollywood boyhood dream come to true. He's wrestling a shouted hero. Good for R-Truth. We'll do results, or we'll do predictions. Maybe I'll get Jay. Maybe we'll do a show about it. See what his schedule looks like. Anything else wrestling related, Nubby?
I got nothing.
Okay. Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freakin Wrestling or the JFW Podcast. If you're listening to us on audio, continue to do so wherever you're picking up the audio podcast, but make sure you're subscribing and hit the notification bell while you're there. It does help us out. If you want to watch the show, you can do so over at our YouTube channel at Just Freakin Wrestling, JFW Podcast over on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's grow the community over there. So, guys, that's all I got.
I believe we can ring the bell in this episode.
As always, I'm Travis.
And I am the Faction Slayer and 1/3 of the IPW Trios Champions tag team, of course. Nubby, the Amazing Turtle, Cowabunga.
And you've been listening to an episode of Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW